that are mildly infirm that like to bike but can't bike anymore. You also could take the motor kit off. This is a quick release, and you could ride this as a regular bicycle, and it would still be a 23-pound bike without the batteries and the weight. So you could ride it because it's an ultralight frame, the whole bike weighs 29 pounds. Without the battery kit, it weighs 23 pounds, and without the motor, it would weigh 18 pounds. So it's an ultralight, fully aerodynamic frame. So you're starting with a great advantage because it's ultralight. It's has an airflow design, so it's very aerodynamic. So you're building an electric bike the most efficient way possible, rather than taking like a steel bike that weighs 30 pounds, slapping a heavy motor and a heavy battery on it.
What's been the response to this so far? You've been marketing this quite a while?
The response has been, at the show here, it's been fabulous. I did have the DC bicycle community weigh in online when I put this on Craigslist, and it was less than flattering from some of the pure bike guys.
So there was some criticism.
There was, to put it mildly, there was some criticism of the concept being kind of averse to everything bike-related, but 90% of the feedback has been pretty positive.
Well, I have a hard time understanding why people buy Segways. They spend so much money for those, and it seems to it goes against the whole idea of being out on the street and walking around, getting exercise and so on. Is this kind of...
Here's the other market for this. I don't think it's practical to ask people to give up their car, but especially in Washington, where you have Zipcar, you have Metro, you've got a great bus system, right? Now you have a bike share program downtown, right?
Yeah.
This allows me to not have my third car or my second car, right? Because it's one less car. There are days when I could ride this with 3 miles to work on the bike path.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have. And when my daughters are home from college and I get up too late in the morning, there's no cars left. I can get to work pretty quickly, pretty efficiently also. So,
well, what about the investment? What does it cost to have all this as it looks?
Yeah, this bike was not designed for resale. This was designed as a goal to make the most efficient, lightest, most practical, usable bike with the best range and a good top speed. You can typically buy electric bikes for about $1,200 to $1,500. They're much heavier than this bike. They're kind of awkward and cumbersome. Reducing the weight is an expensive proposition. This bike is for sale here at the show, and I'm hoping to get close to about $4,000 for it.
Really? I'm surprised it's only $4,000 because I've seen racing bikes alone that were $5,000 to $6,000.
Well, the carbon fiber frame is worth $2,500 alone.
Yeah.
So I've got about $5,000 in it.
Yeah. So how do you make money on something like it? I mean, you'd have to mass produce this.
Yes, I don't. Actually, I hemorrhage money on stuff like this.
Okay. This is more of a labor of love right now. You think it'll catch on here?
I would hope so. It looked better when gas was $4 a gallon.
Yeah, that's true. But who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 months? So, all right. Well, at least you've gotten a lot of response. But this is your business that's gotten you this far. The Better Bulb.
Better Bulb is the energy efficient lighting, and we deal with LEDs, high performance CFLs, and CCFLs, which is cold cathode compact fluorescent, which is the next generation of low mercury fixtures. The LEDs are still very expensive, but there's a lot of emerging technologies that are very efficient, and all of them are on my website at betterbulb.com.
Okay, great. Well, you seem like an authority on this general topic.
I know a lot about lighting.
Yeah, so I would assume in your own home you use these products, right?
As many as my wife lets me.
Okay. Well, your wife isn't here. She can attest to your appreciation of this area. So thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Appreciate it.